Top of the morning to you. I hope you're all fine and dandy and staying ahead of the game. Remember, it is a game, and each one of us must play our part. Now, the reason why I say that at the beginning of a recording is I realised a long time ago that the news, indeed what I understood as the Bible stories, I began to see them in the news stories. And then I realised the Bible stories are actually written in the heavens. And so the stories that we see in the news are actually all manifest in the heavens. And this is what I'm saying to people. If you can understand the knowledge of the heavens, then you will never be deceived in any way by politics, state, religion, spirituality. Once you know the heavens, you can never be deceived. And this is going to be quite a short recording, because I'm going to show how the stories in the heavens are the stories that we see in the news, and how these asterisms and constellations that move around up there above us, even above where the stories are taking place, the events are taking place, they're not real events, it's a stage show, and each of us must play our part. And once we know the stories in the heavens and what the original words of creation say, including the Hebrew Tanakh, including the Babylonian texts and the Emunah Elish, and really all the books, we need to read all the scriptures and until we break down the language, we won't understand what is going on. And I had a background in different religions, so I studied the languages. And once you realise it's all written in the heavens, through the languages, it changes your perception of the reality of this world and why we're here. So I'm going to look at Genesis 1 of the Bible, and I'm going to show how Genesis 1 is describing the head of creation. And where the word head, Rosh, comes in. And it's in the very first words, in the beginning. Now in English we have been taught it says, in the beginning God created the heaven and the earth. But that isn't what it says in the Kabbalah schools, and the Kabbalistic thought. It goes much deeper than in the beginning. And the most important word is this word, Beroshit. Beroshit. Beroshit bara. The name Barack Obama, bara, means lightning, or energy, or lightning bolt, or to create. So Beroshit bara Elohim. There are various esoteric schools of thought just on these three words, but this word here is what we're going to look at today. Berosh, specifically the word Rosh, as it's pertinent to Scotland, Roshire, Rosneath, Roslin, the Roslin Chapel, Roshire, which is the very top of Scotland, the head, Rosh, a rose, where we get the word arise, and where we get the word Aries, also Berosh. So this word Rosh is a very important word, and when we go into any sort of concordance, like Strong's Hebrew Concordance here, and we look at this word Rosh, which is here in the scriptures, Rosh, with, like this could be with, in, on, because the B represents the house, so it's in represents your head. In your head created Elohim. Or it could be within the head created Elohim. There's various ways of looking at it, but if we go on to a concordance, you can see here the word Rosh, which we're looking at today. It's important because one of the candidates in the US elections was Kamala Harris, And Harishon, or Harison, or Haroshon, is the word the, first. And this word Rosh, in Hebrew, and this word Rosh, head, chief, top, beginning, it means beginning, a leader, like a prime minister. So Adon is a god, a head. It could also mean the summit of a mountain, or the tip of a mountain. And, well, what I keep saying to people, it's all written in the heavens, because here is the summit, the throne of God, the mountain of God. And this is the summit, Polaris, the cube. You know, when you vote, you put your vote into a box, a cube, and it's got nothing to do with Saturn. That's a misinterpretation deliberately put out there. I was caught in the Saturn's cube trap too. It's not Saturn's cube. The pole star is known as, in Arabic, as Al-Qibla. Al-Qibla is where we get the word Kaaba, and Kaaba is where we get the word Kabal. It's the cube. It's the centre of heaven, which falls out into the Star of David, which falls out into the celestial cross over the United Kingdom, and which folds out as the crescent moon, with the centre of heaven being the Star of Islam. So, you know, these things that we're seeing on the news are all stories about the centre of heaven and the pole star. And you'll see here, these are the Harishons, the first lights, the 7 lights of heaven, moving in an anti-clockwise direction. And next to that, you'll see a camel. Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. And next to the pole star, you'll see Adonis, or the god, also known as Draco, the dawn, the trump, who trumps the pole star, never leaves it. So you see, politics, no matter who it is or where it is in the world, no matter what story you're reading, is all this North Celestial Pole, the dragon bloodlines, which represents Trump. You know, I get a lot of people contacting me about Trump recently just because he won this election. He doesn't win anything. He's the president of a corporation, of dead legal fiction that is the tree that is run from London. He's the head of a corporation, that's all he is, the president, Beroshit. The word Berosh means prime, president, chief, head. As we see here, head, chief, top, beginning, leader. It's all in the heavens. The Hebrew word Rosh primarily denotes the head of a person or an animal, but it extends metaphorically to a chief or a leader of a group, or the summit of a mountain. And this summit of the mountain is the North Celestial Pole, the mountain of God, which is Polaris. And this is why you go to the polls to vote. But nobody's winning any votes. Your vote does not count, because it's a big game and each of us have to play our part. There's Kamala Harris, Kamala Harrison, Kamalapadus, the beast,